Good morning, students. Because of increased circumstances of corona, we are again forced to study online through the video. This is our class 8A and B. And subject is biochemistry. Dear students, as you are knowing that the chapter going on is crop production and management. And we studied many topics in this chapter. Today we see the crop protection. It is also an agricultural practice which farmers perform in order to grow the crops in their field properly. Dear students, weeds undesirable plants grow in the field along with main crop. Are called weeds. You can take example here like Armyworm, Mexicana, Chinopodium, carrot grass. So these are some kind of weeds which plants do not cultivate, do not propagate in the field, but they grow naturally in the crop, in the field along with the main crop, depending on the season. These weeds compete for the nutrients, water and space along with the main crops. These, due to which the nutrient or fertilizer or water, whatever we give to the main crop, that will also consumed by this, and maybe the main crop will get the less amount of these things available to them. So it is necessary to remove them and protect the crop from these kind of weeds which can compete with the main crop and affect on the productivity of the farm. Okay? So there are several techniques to remove these types of weeds from the main crop, and these techniques include like the manual method, like the uprooting. We can use uprooting, means we have to जड़ से उखाड़ना. Okay, we can uproot them from the soil, but here you have to keep in mind that if the crops are tender and densely cropped, then this technique will not suitable for the use, because if we uproot a weed from the main crop, it can uproot many other beneficial crops also, example wheat. Okay. But this technique is applicable in the cropping where the distance is more between the plants. Okay. This technique is very effective because after uprooting the plant dried and we can burn and buried in the soil. If buried in the soil, they will make us available in the form of compost, and if buried, they also removed throughout their vegetative parts along with the flowers and seeds also. Okay. Second techniques we can use this is physical method. Okay. Second techniques, this method can be done by the hand, just pulling it out from the soil, or by using any type of agricultural tool like the trowel or khurpa. Okay. Second is the biological control. Biological control. Okay. In this technique, we use certain kinds of animals or insects which especially feed on that type of weeds and eradicate them. Okay, but this technique is not too effective because we can't force an insect or an animal to eat likewise a target. Okay. Third thing and the most effective is the chemical method. Certain kinds of salts and chemicals are used. One of the example I give you here, the example is 2,4-D. Okay, it is a salt which used to eradicate the weeds which have the broader leaves, like the Chenopodium. Do you know Chenopodium is also called Bathua? Okay. So this type of plants can be removed by using the chemicals like the 2,4-D. So this type of chemicals are called weedicides. Weedicides that can kill the weeds from the main crop are the weedicides. Okay. Now we also need to protect our crop not only from the weeds, but there are different types of pests and diseases also come to the crops, and we need to eradicate those diseases and pests to maintain the quality and yield of the crop. Okay. So pests like the different types of pests like borers, suckers, like grasshopper, you can take an example, that feed over the leaves of the main crop and suck the side and make the crop weak. Okay. So this type of things are this type of pests. There are other kinds of pests are also like the rodents. Rodents are those types of animals like the rat. Rat is a kind of rodent that damages the crop at larger. We need to remove them by using their natural enemies, like the birds can, special kind of birds can be used that can feed on the grasshoppers or this type of insects and protect the crop from the damage. Rodents like the rat can be eradicated by using the rodenticides. Okay. Pesticides. Pests can be controlled by using pesticides. Rodents like the rat can be eradicated or killed by using the rodenticides. Okay. So there are different types of things are available in the market. We can use them, and these rodenticides are very easy to use. Small pellets of feeding items can be treated with the rodenticides and spread throughout the field. And whenever the rat swallow it or eat it, it will die, and in this way we can protect our crop from the damage. Pesticides are also like the natural enemies. We can use the birds or special kinds of spray can be used to prevent the crop from the damage. Okay. So these types of protection we have to do during the farming in the field. Okay. Now The next thing is the harvesting. Harvesting means collection of mature crop, gathering of mature crop from the field to yield the grains or any agricultural produce for which they crop. This is called harvesting. Okay. This harvesting done after the maturity of the crop completing its life cycle. Okay. Harvesting is also done by using some manual methods and agricultural tools like the sickle. Sickle can be used to cut the crops from the field. You perhaps seen the sickle. It is in this way. Sickle, and it have a handle made of wood or plastic. Okay, or it can be simple also. It can be simple also with sharp edges. These items can be used to cut the crop. Besides, but this method is taking too much labor and too much time. So, and applicable only for the small fields. If the fields are too big, area is too big, it takes too much time. And the crop are also depend on the changing seasons. And if season change, if the weather change, rain is starting to happen, then it will not applicable and effective to harvest the crop by using the sickles. It needs some hurry, early. Okay, so harvesters, perhaps you had seen harvesters, given diagrams given in your book also. So harvesters can be used to harvest the crops. These harvesters remove the crops from the field, leaving the stock in the field and separate the grains. Okay, these remaining part means stock part that is remaining in the field is a major problem for the farmers. How to eradicate, how to get rid of that. Perhaps you had heard about the pollution that happened during the winter season in Delhi, and people say that due to burning of parali that is the stock part of the crop, this pollution happen and the air quality index goes very high. Okay, so governments are launching many schemes, but those schemes are need to come on the ground and available for each and every farmers of the country. Okay, so harvesters can be used to cut the mature crop from the fields. There are other machines like the combine, that is combine do harvesting and threshing together. Do you know threshing is what? Threshing is separation of grains from stock is threshed. This can be done by using machine threshers or by manual, by moving the animals on the dried heap of stock along with the grains. These are the method. Beating the crops on any hard surface like tool are also some techniques of threshing. And threshing followed by winnowing. Winnowing, that is the removal of heavier substances from a mixture of its lighter component with the help of wind is winnowing. This thresher or combine do all these things all together at a time. It takes less time and less cost because it is machine driven, tractor driven, so it becomes very easy in less period of time. The whole crop harvested, threshed and winnowed. Now the next step in crop production. Dear students, you are knowing that our country is mainly based on agriculture. So we have many harvesting seasons, many harvesting festivals in our country, like the Vaishakhi, Bihu, Pongal, Sankranti, and many more. Just a festival is approaching to us is the Holi, that is also starting our harvest. Okay. Now the third thing is the storage, and it is last class in this chapter, that is the storage. Because crops are based on the seasons, so it is necessary to store the harvested crop properly by maintaining its quality, so that it will available during the non-cropping season of that crop. Just for example, if you take the example of wheat we need in everyday life to eat in the form of chapatis. So this Rabi crop, wheat is the Rabi crop, is available only during the summer season. So we need to store the wheat properly so that it will available throughout the year when next Rabi season will come. Okay, harvesting season will come. So storage is necessary. And how we store? It depends on the nature of the crop. Okay, if the crop is perishable, that means it has the dried content is more, like you can say wheat, gram, pea, mustard, all are Rabi crops. Then tuas, that is the Kharif crop. So they can first dry it properly, and how much dry? The moisture content should be less than 14%. Moisture content less than 14%, so that different types of microorganisms that can grow over that seed, that storage produce of agriculture, will reduce. It will not allow to give the condition of growing up those types of infections like the fungi or other microorganisms like the bacteria. Okay, so it should be dried properly to reduce the moisture and bring it to less than 14% in the seed. And this less content of moisture will prevent the crop from damage caused by the microorganisms and other type of infectious organisms. And different techniques we use before the storage place. Storage place can be a grain godown that are often owned by the government but also owned by the private people. Silo, gunny bags, these are used to store the crops in a dark room, and before that we place these crops, these grains in those dark rooms, we should try to disinfect the rooms with some fumigants, and we also use some chemicals along with these crops. Perhaps you have experience, like the sulfos is one kind of fumigant, that tablet in the form of tablet, aluminum phosphide tablet came, and it will put in the middle of the gunny bags, and in this way the vapor spread throughout the gunny bag, throughout the silo, throughout the grain godown, and prevent the growth of microorganisms or other infectious organisms. And in this way, this is, and these are also keeping dark room, airtight room. If the microorganisms are inside, then they will not get the oxygen or fresh air to breathe, and the vapor of the chemicals like the aluminum phosphide will not allow them to survive for longer period of time. In this way, the crop prevented from the damage caused by those organisms. Rodents are also controlled by using the rodenticides, and this is the depend on the nature of the crop, and this is the dry. These are the dry produce of the crop. But what about the fruits that have the high content of moisture, vegetables, Okay, these having a high content of moisture, so they cannot stored in a dry place by using the gunny bag, silo or airtight grain godown. Okay, so this can be stored in cold storage. Cold storage where the temperature should be kept between 0 degree to 4 degree Celsius, where the growth of microorganisms or other infectious diseases is very less, and it should be keeping cracks. It should be keeping cracks, trays, and racks. These are used to keep this over one another, allowing the sufficient space to allow the air to pass through them. And they are stored in a cold storage where the temperature is maintained between 0 to 4 degree Celsius, and doors should be kept closed and not opened often. Okay, below this the quality and produce both will damage below and above temperature. Okay, so in this way, depending on the nature of crop, we can store different types of crops in the grain godown or in cold storage. Okay, dear students, in agriculture there are other products also come, and those products come from the animals like the milk, fishes or meat, honey. You are knowing all these things. So these things also come under the agricultural products, and we know how to store them. Like if you want to store the milk, we can't store the milk for longer period of time like a year, but we can increase its quality and sustainable period by using certain methods like the pasteurization and other techniques. You are knowing that honey is the only substance that remain in same condition without damage about 3,000 to 5,000 years. That is the best substance that never damage in a human life. Okay, so this is all about this chapter. Later on I will discuss about the keywords and exercises in next video. Till then, watch the video again and again. Best of luck and have a nice day. Stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you very much.